What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down the difference between 5-star wide receivers and 0-star wide receivers. So I hope this video helps you guys out. Hope it could teach you a few new things. But also, fellas, if you are a wide receiver and you guys would like 500 plus wide receiver drills and gym exercises all mapped out into a daily workout schedule for you to follow, check out that very first link in the description below for our ultimate 8-week wide receiver workout plan. Like I said, 500 plus drills and exercises all mapped out with sets, reps, and made into a specific schedule for you to do. So check out that very first link in the description below. If you're interested, fellas, let's get started with this video. So we are literally going to be looking through a 5-star wide receiver's football highlight tape, his huddle highlight tape, and comparing it to a wide receiver who is not ranked. Now, the 5-star wide receiver that we are going to be taking a is Decorian Moore out of Duncanville, Texas. So anybody who knows Texas football knows that Duncanville is a huge school, and we're going to be taking a look at why his highlight tape is the single key thing that makes him stand out amongst the other thousands of receiver recruits across the country. So let's take a look. This is going to be the first play of his huddle highlights. He's at the bottom of the screen here. So I think when you look at all these, 5-star guys, I want to make this clear that stars don't matter. Right? Stars are not something that, a college coach cares about. A college coach is not going to sit there and go, oh, well, he's only a 3-star, so we don't want him. Like, they're looking for the best guys at the absolute best value. And usually what all these 5-star guys have in common is they're absolute ballers. I think anything lower than a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, how do you really tell? How do you really qualify that, right? I'll give you an example. I train these two quarterbacks. One of them is ranked a 3-star. The other one's ranked a 3-star. One of them is going on to play Division I college football next year, and the other one is playing Division II college football next year. So if they're both 3-stars, how does that make any sense? Guys, the stars rankings do not matter. It's a bunch of guys sitting around a table who have probably never played football before ranking these people. But usually the difference between these Power 5 level recruits is what they can showcase on film, right? So let's look at this first play here. Bottom of the screen here, Decorian Moore. He's running just a simple fade route, right? But what does this showcase? Showcases his speed and his explosiveness. He's running by a dude who's playing off coverage and in zone. That shows that he's got some speed, right? Because as a wide receiver at the next level, there are a few things that a college coach is going to look for. Number one is going to be speed, right? And again, being tall, having a good build, being athletic, all that stuff helps, but your speed is the most important thing, especially as a skill position player. As a skill position player, especially a wide receiver, you got all different sizes of wide receivers. You have slot receivers, outside receivers. You got guys that range from 5'9" all the way up to 6'5" at the Division I college level. But what all those guys have in common is they're fantastic athletes and they have great speed. So this is what you want to showcase on your highlight tape. Now, another thing that they're going to be looking for is playmakers. They want explosive playmakers. So that doesn't necessarily mean, hey, you got to be catching touchdowns like this all the time. What if you don't? What if you're in an offense that's kind of like a run-heavy offense, right? If you're in a run-heavy offense, you're probably not going to get so many opportunities to do that. But if you can just get onto the field, whether that's defense, whether that's special teams, whether that's obviously offense, all of those qualify as opportunities for you to make explosive plays. And that's what we're going to showcase throughout the rest of this video. But those are the types of plays that those Power 5 Division I wide receivers can make. They're making explosive plays. We look at the top of the screen here, that's where Moore is. He's going to be running just a simple deep post. But again, he's a playmaker. Guys, you got to understand that there are thousands of wide receivers who could catch a wide open post. There are thousands of wide receivers who could catch a slant and just walk into the end zone. But there are not thousands of wide receivers who can be a threat downfield, run past an entire defense that's in zone coverage because of their speed and because of their explosion. Now, this is what I would say. Honestly, I think this should have been the first play on his highlight tape because I think this is the best play of his entire film. After we take a look at this, we're going to look at a 0-stars highlight tape and compare and contrast the two. But I want you to check out this play. This is a punt return, right? So again, this is not an offensive play, but he is getting recruited to play at the highest level of college football as a wide receiver. Guys, college coaches are professionals at scouting. They know talent when they see it. So they know that you're going to fit in better as a receiver than you would at a DB or you would as a kick return specialist. They just want to see explosive playmakers. Every single year, guys, you look at the top 5-star recruits that are labeled, in the receiver category, they're all labeled actually as athletes. They're all over the field because that is what college coaches want to recruit. They want guys who are just utter athletes. And these are the types of plays that you have to showcase. Now, I'm not saying this because okay, go out there and try to make these types of plays. These plays just kind of have to happen, right? You want to have the skills to do it. You want to work on certain things to be able to do this. But you can't go out there and I'm just saying this because if you have these plays, these are the plays that you need to put onto your highlight tape. I'd rather see a receiver return a punt, maybe not score, but it looks kind of halfway like this play where, hey, make somebody miss, break a tackle, cut back, make somebody miss again. It showcases your explosion. Then let's say maybe you get tackled right here. I would rather see all of that than you catch a wide open post over the middle and just walk into the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown. That's not a highlight, guys. Like anybody who plays receiver could probably run 10 yards without falling down and catch a pass at any level of high school football if you're a starting wide receiver. So what's going to make you stand out from people? And these five-star guys, when you take a look at their highlights, you see all this stuff. Now, listen, I know everybody's going to throw back in my face like, oh, well, if he's 6'5", yeah, he's going to have the advantage. You know, if he's freaking 250 pounds, he's 6'5", he could easily make those, 50-50 catches and stand out. And yes, all of that is true. But if you don't have those attributes and you still want to play college football, this advice applies to you. These are the types of freaking plays that you need to have on your highlight tape and that you need to showcase. Returning punts, returning kicks, a pick six, and not to mention all the offensive highlights that we all know and love. Okay, so now this is a random wide receiver here that I found on Twitter. Don't know his name, just saw his highlight tape, saw that he was unranked. And these are the first 3 plays on his, I want to say, junior season highlight tape, right? So DeCorian Moore's 5-star. He's going into his junior year. This kid's a year older than him. He's got a full year of experience on him. So why is this guy ranked no stars? I don't know if he has any offers or not. I didn't really check that, but I know he's not ranked, right? I know he's not ranked. I looked up his name. It's just why does he not have the kind of recruiting accolades as the other receiver has? They're both similar size. They both play offense. They both play slot receiver. They both are athletes. Why? What's the difference? And the big eye in the sky does not lie. Fellas, the plays that you make on film are more important than the 40 times that you run at all these BS combines. They're more important than how many touchdowns you score in 7-on-7. If you cannot do it in the pads, they will not take a chance on you. And I know all of you have probably seen the guys who have gotten the offers, without any high school varsity film. And you're wondering, well, they have offers. Like definitely 7-on-7 matters. All these camp matters. Guys, those are verbal offers. Those are non-committable offers. They're on a contingency that you play well. Those colleges, the verbal offer is like a cop-out. Like, hey, if you're really good, we want you. But if you're not really good, we don't want to put anything on paper, so we're not on the hook for this scholarship, so we're just going to kind of give you a verbal offer. And you can't receive a committable offer until the summer before your junior year. There's definitely something called early recruiting. But guys, you got to understand that your film is what matters. That's what college coaches want to see. You can get noticed, you could grab their attention at a camp or maybe at some kind of combine, whatever it is. But that's not going to land you a real scholarship offer. A real offer comes from what you can show on film. And so watch this player. This is the first play on his highlight tape, I mind you. So sorry for the blurry clip here, you guys. It clears up in a second, but he just catches a simple hitch route and scores, right? So guys, you got to understand he's right here out of the number 2 spot. Not to knock this kid. This is just the offense that he's in. That's not really a highlight. Yeah, he broke a tackle. That's great, but that's not really first play on your highlight worthy. You know what I mean? That's not a play that a college coach is going to go, oh, wow, we don't have anybody on our team that can make that play, or I haven't seen a kid across the country who could make that play. They want to see guys who make plays that they know that, okay, we've looked at 50 receivers this offseason. This is the only kid that can make that play. That's who we want. Because you got to understand, that's what these big schools are looking for. They have so many resources. Nowadays with NIL, they could freaking pay people to go to their dang school. Boosters could gather up a fund and pay somebody and swing them from another school. Guys, it is cutthroat. They want the best, literally the best players money can buy nowadays. I can't believe I'm saying that about college sports. But to be one of those guys, you need those plays that DeCorian Moore shows on his film, that all these other five-star guys show on their film, not these types of plays. Here's another example. This is the second play of his highlight tape. Now, again, fellas, this is something that's very, very important that you have to understand, that we cannot make regular plays. Look at this example here. So there's just a quick little, pretty much wide open fade. The safety kind of falls down. I guess that's not too bad, catching traffic in a way, but he's wide open. There's nobody around him, right? That play probably should have been ahead of the last play, I would say, right? But let's take a look at this next play here. This is just a simple walk-in touchdown, right? So, and again, props to him. He scored a touchdown. I get it. I'm not trying to knock this kid. Just this is not a third. And here's the other thing too. This is probably the only film that he has, so I understand it. But I'm just saying that if you have plays like this and you are trying to be at that highest level of college football, these plays are just not going to stand out. You need to make more plays. And I'm going to keep it real with you guys. It's just not good enough to be able to play at that type of level. Now, who's to say this guy probably will get a scholarship somewhere. He probably will play college football. But those Division I Power 5 schools that everybody has dreams and aspirations of playing at. And I say this for the youth guys who aren't even in high school. Like, those plays are just not going to turn many heads. The plays that turn heads are the explosive plays. You catch a slant, turn it up 60, 70 yards for a TD. You moss somebody in the back of the end zone. You catch a ball in traffic, you take a hit, you keep your feet, you go score, you return a punt, you get a pick six. They want explosive plays, not plays that a lot of wide receivers across the country can make. Okay, fellas? So that's honestly the main difference. Big eye in the sky doesn't lie. Your film is what gets you any kind of real recruiting attention. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. Always appreciate the feedback. It's always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like an 8-week wide receiver on-field and gym workout scheduled to follow, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to get you on that. I'll see you guys next time.